So welcome on behalf of Women of EMEA Friends Network and the ECAN team. I really want you to join this journey into our International Women's Month with the team Let's Get Real. My name is Sanja Lazarevic and we're going to do a beautiful workout on the pelvic floor. So if you have a block handy, I have one here, you can grab that one. If you don't, you can use a sweater, you can fold it, and then you can use that to sit on. So let's start with the block. I'm going to sit on it. And then check if you can find like a comfortable seat, whether you're sitting on that block or your sweater. Let the hands just rest. I will invite you to close the eyes. And before we dig into the pelvic area, it's important to know your breath. So sometimes when we do a practice, we hold the breath, or the breath is really, really high up onto your chest. And then it interrupts basically our work into the pelvic area and our core system. So when we have the eyes gently closed, of course you can always peek. I'm having the hands on my rib cages. And then when we breathe in, we really want to open, open, open. So I'm breathing open to the side. And as we exhale, you're gonna, and then we basically draw it in. So when you exhale, it's like you're blowing out candles on a beautiful birthday cake. Imagine that. So on every inhale, we open. Opening to the side, and on the exhale you. And what happens then when we inhale and open to the side, your diaphragm moves down towards your pelvic area, which is also part of your core system. And when we exhale, it draws back up. So continue that breath work. Your hands can stay on your ribs. You can always have the hands resting there on your knees if that feels better. Let's do like 5 more of these. So this is your foundation, right? Your breath work. Two more. A last one. Lovely. Then gently blink the eyes open if they were closed. Grab your block and then come to lie down on your back. And then have the block in between your thighs. Okay, now continue that same breath work we had before. So on the inhale, we move to the side. And on the exhale, as you contract, you're going to squeeze the block a little bit. So inhale, we move to the side. And exhale, we squeeze the block. Continue this breath motion. And this is again like the breath in the beginning, your foundation. Starting to work that pelvic area, which is a part of your core system. Now maybe this is plenty for you just to practice this. Or if you like to add on the exhale, we lift the hips up and then you engage your glutes as well. On the inhale, you come back down, you open. And on the exhale, you squeeze and lift. Now just continue this a couple of times. So again, opening and closing. Now, if you like to add on this one is like okay for you. Our muscles like to work together when we practice the core and the pelvic area. So if you have your hands landing on the floor, you make a fist, your thumbs are up, so you're good. We're pressing this in the floor, we're lifting up, we're squeezing, and then we lower. So what happens now when we press up and squeeze, our lats and our glutes, two opposites, are working together on that same area. So give this one a try. We'll do 4 more. Three. 2. Last one, just hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently release. Release your block. And we're gonna lift the hips up and place the block underneath your sacrum. So lift it up and place it there, and you will notice the correct spot when you're there. It should feel good. Then we bring the knees towards our chest. Have your hands on your knees. Continue that same breathing. So inhale is opening. Exhale, you're blowing those beautiful candles. And then we're going to add the hands with the knees. We're going to open the knees to the side, straighten the arms, and then they come together. Let's do one more on this side. Then keep the arms straight and we go to the opposite direction. Notice now which muscles you are engaging, which one you are not. One more. And then keep your knees towards your chest. Now your left knee will stay there. Your right leg, you're gonna straighten it like in a 45 angle. And your hands are just gonna rest. You can, again, press them a little bit into the floor. Now the only thing you're doing is gonna make tiny circles with that right leg. So tiny circles. And then also here, just notice which muscles are firing up. Do you still work that same breath technique? Couple of more. And then gently go the other direction. So they're really tiny circles. If with the legs straight this doesn't work for you, you can always have the knee bend and do the same circles. So still working the pelvic floor area, you just have bended the knee. Let's do 3 more. 2. And 1. Then bring your right knee in, straighten your left leg, and the work is exactly the same. So starting with little tiny circles. So the muscles in your core and in your pelvic area, they are working for you. You just need to give them like a little reminder that they're there. And then go the other direction. And let's be here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug in both knees towards your chest. Then plant your feet back on the floor. Lift the hips so you can set your block aside and come to find a seat. Now, once you're seated, we're gonna have the right knee bent, right shin in front of you, and then you bend the left knee. So you like have a little zigzag or little deer pose in our yin practice. Now, you're gonna engage and squeeze the knees down and your feet. So I'm not like collapsing and chilling here. I'm active. And this activation of my knees and my feet work on bringing my posture upright. I'm gonna have my left hand on my left chin. I'm gonna inhale, reach my right arm up, add a little side stretch. To the left, notice what you feel in that right rib cage. Should also help you with opening and expanding when we breathe in. And then on the exhale, we're gonna land the right hand. The left arm comes up and over. We press the hands in the floor. We breathe in, find some length. Now on the exhale, my hands are gonna push to the left, but I'm gonna rotate my chest over towards the right. So I'm twisting here. My hands are moving over towards the left. And then on the inhale, I will come up, right arm up, adding that side stretch. And on the exhale, I'm coming back. My hands move to the left, and I'm twisting to the right. Let's do 2 more. So on your inhale, linking the motion with the breath. And on the exhale, hands to the left, we twist to the right. 1 more, inhale, opening to the side. And then exhale, finding that little contraction as we twist here. Hold the twist for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently come back. Let's switch it out. So I'm bending my left knee and my right knee. I'm checking again my posture. So I'm active here. I'm using my knees, I'm using my feet, and that will help my posture to be more upright. I'm having my right hand on my right shin. I'll reach the left arm up, add a little side stretch. Notice now your left rib cage. The first one we do a little slow, so on the exhale our hands will come to the earth. We breathe in to find some length, and then on the exhale my hands drive to the right as I twist to the left. Feel the sensation on this side. Maybe it's completely different than we did on the first side. Let's link it with the breath. So on your inhale, stretch to the side. On your exhale, we're twisting. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Feels so good. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Pause and stay here. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. And gently come back. And now we're going to make a transfer into tabletop position. So find your way into tabletop. I'm having the hands underneath the shoulders and I'm having the knees hip width apart. Let's do like 2 rounds of cat and cow, but we're going to start at the low back. And when we finish, we start at the low back. So on our inhale, you dig in the low back, mid back, upper back, lift the chin up. And then we reverse starting at the low back. So low back, mid back, upper back, chin to chest. Doing 1 more. So low back, mid back, upper back, lift the chin. And then exhale, low back, mid back, upper back, chin to chest. On your inhale, come back to neutral position. And then from here, you're going to have your right elbow on the floor. Your left hand will stay straight-ish. As you see, there's a little buoyancy in my left elbow. If I completely straighten it, I'm not doing my posture really good here. So there's a little buoyancy there. Then I'm straightening my left leg to the back. And then notice I'm not dumping in shoulders or my low back. I'm really pressing my right forearm in the floor, and I'm really pressing the back of my right foot in the floor. And we're going to lift the left leg up. And we're just going to make tiny little pulses. Breath is still the same. So as we inhale, we open and expand. And as we exhale, we contract and relax. Yes, tiny pulses here. And notice this movement just comes from the hip. So it's not the low back. Notice what you feel in your left glute. Keep that breath going. You can really like emphasize the blowing the beautiful candles on that cake. It's always good to think about cake. Okay, let's do 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to pause. We're going to point the left foot. And now on your exhale, your left knee wants to come towards your left elbow. On your inhale, you straighten it back. So on the exhale, we're engaging that core. On the inhale, we're firing that left glute. 3 more. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. Exhale and inhale. Last one, exhale and inhale. Good. Find your way back into tabletop position. Now in your tabletop, slightly dig in your chin so your neck is nice and long. And then you're going to bend your left elbow. Now we're just going to straighten the left arm back and we bend it. So this is the movement. It's like you're just moving through air with the weight. If this is enough, just stay here, or we can straighten the right leg back. And then you practice the same position from here. Breathe. Let's do 5 more. So your neck is relaxed, the breath is the same. 3, 2, and 1. Bueno. Let's find a moment to come onto your shins. Have the hands rest there. Close your eyes for a moment. Having like a little reset before we do the same on the second side. And also to find some curiosity for the second side. Is it the same? Is it a little bit different? What do you feel? So you also want your body awareness when we practice the pelvic area. Let's open the eyes and come back into tabletop position. From your tabletop, have your left forearm there on the floor, and then you will notice my right elbow is a little bit bent, right? We're gonna straighten the right leg back. We're gonna lift the right leg, and we're gonna make those tiny little pulses. Firing up your right glute. The breath is still the same. Noticing any difference on this side. Noticing how your body reacts. Keep breathing. Let's do 8 more. Can always be more, but give or take 8. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna point the right foot, and then on the exhale, your right knee wants to go towards that right elbow. On the inhale, you bring it back. So on the exhale, bring it towards, maybe it touches. On the inhale, it goes back. 3 more. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. Exhale and inhale. Last one. Exhale. Maybe it touches. And inhale. Back into tabletop position. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Knees are hip width apart. Slightly tuck in your chin. Bend your right elbow, and then the movement is just we straighten the right arm and we rebend it. So we straighten and bend. Keep pressing the backs of the feet in the floor. And if you did it on the first side, we can straighten the left leg and do the same little practice here. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Come back into one more time, just sitting on your shins, having the hands rest. Maybe this time you place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly as you close the eyes for a moment. Reconnecting body, mind, spirit. Maybe noticing your heartbeat. Maybe just noticing your beautiful you. And then open the eyes. Come to lie down on your back again. Check that your block or your sweater is handy for the finishing. But first you come back on your back. You're gonna plant your hands, your knees are bent. You're gonna plant your hands next to your body. You're gonna lift the knees up, so you're like in reverse tabletop with the leg position. We're gonna flex the feet. And as we inhale, we open the legs to the side, expanding from the rib cages. As we exhale, you bring them in. So on the inhale, they go to the side. On the exhale, bring it in. Inhale. Open, and then exhale, squeeze them in. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Perfect. Now plant your feet on the floor. Open your knees to the side. You can have your hands on your thighs and just rock a little left to right. Notice what you feel. And also notice that little gap in your low back. So we're not tucking in the tailbone so my low back is in the floor. You just have your natural curve there. Then we're going to interlace our fingers, and we have our little peace fingers to the front, like Charlie Angels. We're going to shoot a gun, or Kali Mudra in yoga. But we're going to have the arms to the front. We're going to gaze up towards the sky. We're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we lift up a little bit. You should feel that nice little squeeze in your core. On your inhale, you're going to come back up. On the exhale, inhale. Let's do 5 more. Exhale and inhale. 4 more. Exhale and inhale. 3 more. Exhale and inhale. Last 2. Last 1. Then gently release. Grab your block or your sweater. Bring your knees up. You can always support them a little bit. Have your feet hip-width apart. Lift the hips. Place the block again underneath your sacrum. And then lift your knees to your chest. Close the eyes and just, you can have your knees a little wider if that feels good or nice. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the head. Relaxing your face, finding that little inner cosmic smile on your face. Just finding a couple of moments here for you to let everything digest what you have been practicing with me. Five more breaths. You can now breathe in and out just through the nose. Two more. And 1. Perfect. Then slowly open the eyes, place your feet back on the floor, lift the hips, come to find a seat. You can be cross-legged, you can be on your block. I'm just demonstrating for a moment without. Have your arms sideways. On your inhale, reach the arms up. You might look up. On your exhale, bring your hands at heart, chin towards your chest. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, arms reach up. On your exhale, place the hands at heart, chin to chest. Pause here for a moment. Thank yourself for this experience, to practicing. Notice what you feel in your body. And then I thank you all for joining. Namaste.